You know, maybe since I was 19 actually, so 17, 18 years now, yes. I mean, of course it was changing, developing, you know, the bartending, it's like cooking, it's the trend changing, you know. So sometimes people would say, yeah, if it's 10 or 20 years, does it mean you get better? It change, you know, it change, you improve. So the time is not really a measure, I would say, but it's, I've been in London 17, 18 years now, yes, man. Well, the story goes, you know, 6 years ago, we were looking for the property and we find this small English pub, you know, in a heart of Shoreditch, you know, and obviously to relate something with English, I was thinking what it's gonna be, and then living in the UK, you think the king of cocktail is it's a martini, and the martini is made of gin, which obviously is a spirit of UK. So we were looking what kind of martini or martini bar exists and doesn't exist, and then dirty martini, dry martini, all these exist already. And one of the forgotten cousin called Gibson martini, that's from 1915, and it's a martini that switch olive for pickled onion, you know. And we thought that's an amazing story because was it created in New York, 1950s, was created by Charles Dana Gibson, which is actually a writer, editorial, like almost like Ernest Hemingway, you know. So when we started looking into it more and more, we said that's amazing. We like the history, we like the story of Gibson thing, and the pickle, gin, martini, these are all British things. So that's how we started, you know. And then the pickle and savory things took over the menu and took over the bar. Because there was 6-7 years ago, there was no bar that were focusing on a savory or umami flavor. You know, all the bars were doing sweet or sour or maybe bitter. You know, there was few Negronis back in the days, but 90%, 95% of the drinks would be sweet sour, sweet sour. So to introduce this flavor was also a theme for the whole menu. Yeah. Yeah, well, the COVID was a huge hit, I think, globally, you know, so that's something, I don't even know what to say, you know, that's something none of us expect, and it was something new for all of us, you know, so many things changed. We did things that we would never think we're gonna do, you know, bars become bakeries, bartenders become hospitality people, become lorry drivers, you know, like, not just UK, but really globally when I'm talking to many people. Change like that, you know. Now it's getting all back, I can say, and to seeing other countries, I think it's not just UK, but actually very fast it's coming back because people want to socialize, and I think the bars it's not just a drink, and that's a beautiful thing to show you that the bar is not just a beverage or to get drunk, but people missing the touch, which we were thinking maybe people can work back from home or something like that, but I don't think it's gonna work. You can see social thing is very important. Friends, family, boyfriend, girlfriend, partners, you know, it's refreshing, and we as a humans are social, you know, individuals. So I think that's showcase. It's not just a drink, it's not just a booze or alcohol. It's much more fun, happiness, you know, have a special experience. We live and we're spending money for experiences, not for values like shopping, and that's what COVID shows. Yeah. Well, COVID changed many things, so it might change soon again, or it might stay. Many people were thinking bottled cocktails will be the trend because people were thinking, wow, same like Deliveroo's and all these kind of things, bringing food to the house, the cocktails will be same. For some reason, it was very popular during the COVID, but right after we could see a massive drop, you know. So maybe you eat at home because the food is obviously always something different, but the drinks, maybe you want to go out with your friends, you know. It's I mean, you guys got massive clubbing culture. Can you imagine maybe you do a house party sometimes, but the club is club, no? I don't think you just start making clubs in your living room, you know, for a long time. So I think cocktails and that atmosphere, ambience, many places got live music, that you cannot just replace, you know. That's something, you know, maybe sometimes you go in a 5-star hotel which has a luxurious feel, and it's a building 1,000 years old. All these things it's got a unique and special feel, you know. But when it comes to trends, low alcoholic, no alcoholic, it's similar like a vegetarian stuff, so that becoming more trendy. And then a lot of Asian stuff, especially like Japanese sakes and this. And lately, by far, what it took by wave, it's tequila, you know. And I think that could be the COVID, that could be a lot of celebrities promoting tequila, especially in USA. but tequila just jump over, kill the gin, and I think 7, 8 out of 10 cocktails we're making now, it's a tequila, which before would be 1 out of 10, you know. So that was a massive jump, you know. Or maybe tequila is fun, I don't know, but it's really, it's everyone asking tequila. Young people, old people, groups, you know, anyone who comes like, what would you like to drink? Something with tequila, something with tequila. I always suggest the 3 things for young bartenders, and every day to remember it and try to focus, and before you go to bed to make sure that you train your palate. So even my guys in the bar, when they go behind the bar, I tell them, what did you taste today? It can be ingredient, it could be something from the shelf, it could be something new, you know. So the palate is important because it's a muscle. Second thing is the knowledge, so actually something that, okay, what did you learn today? What it can be, you read something online, you open a magazine, you read a back label of the book. So knowledge is important, you know, the story of the drink, whatever it is, you know. But the knowledge is it's very important. So knowledge is number two, and number 3 is the skill. So we as a bartender, similar like chefs, working with the hands. So skills. So those are 3 things that every day I remind my guys, every time when I'm doing seminars, guys, palate, knowledge, and skills. You know, when you go behind the bar, what did you do today? What did you practice? You know, so your skills improving. And every day we work on these 3 things, you eventually become a better professional, you know, day by day. Umami is something we focus because it's actually by far the biggest taste that a human being loves. You know, when you can see the lot in the food. So when you go to the restaurant, anything that is savory, you know, fish, cheese, smoky, balsamic, oysters, truffles, all these things that we really care for, and we think, wow, this is delicious. That's why I love Japanese food, because it's, you know, soya, seaweed, shiitake mushroom, all these things got natural monosodium glutamate, which is actually a legal drug for taste, you know. That's why when you think Asian food is delicious, and then you think Italian food because of tomato, parmesan, this is monosodium glutamate, this is savory umami things, you know. And that chefs, they actually study those ingredients, they know. That's why they use special aged cheeses, you know, and the techniques, you know, of French cuisine, cream, protein, you know, to butters to make it all rich and tasty. It's not coincidence. They know what they do. Bartenders, when I ask them, guys, how do you make your drinks better? How do you make your drinks delicious? We don't really have this study as a bartenders, you know. When you really see the different, they will just tell you this is classic or this is my signature. But if you ask them, how do you make it better? How do you use the umami flavor or MSG in a good way? We don't know, you know. So I think we need a little bit more research and a bit more education, so we can make this drink and use it in the right way to make the drinks more delicious, same way the chefs do with the dishes. Yeah, well, first time I've been here was 4 years ago, and it was very small, you know, so we start with a very basic course, and you could see already, not just me giving advice, but today I was really shocked when we spoke with my colleague that people came, was 65 bartenders, they were telling me the 35 bars, 35 cocktail bars, not just bars like a clubs or something. So I was like, man, it was 2 years COVID, you know, it's normally those 5 bars should close, and I was thinking it's gonna be 1 or 2 places, you know. So it was very good. To see. You know, I did not spend that much time in here to be giving advice for 24 hours trip, you know. But from today's session to see the knowledge, to see the way they encourage with the taste and everything, it's a massive growth. What I've seen in a few years, especially consider the COVID, you know. So I think they on a very good way. And when the bartenders start grow, the products start growing, then the customers, guests getting this product, and then it goes like a chain reaction, because obviously if the guests getting better drinks, they start drinking it because it's not the cheesy cocktail. They're like, oh, this is nice. It seems like the food. This is delicious. Now I got the value for the money, you know, and that's how it goes, you know. So soon as the bartenders respect the job, they take it as a profession, deliver the good quality product, you always find people who said, okay, it's not anymore some kind of 1980s juicy syrupy thing. It's a serious thing. I can go out with my partner and spend a night in here, you know, and that will become more serious and bigger, obviously. Yeah. You know, actually, the best part of the job, many people tell me, okay, so you've been bar, back bartender, head bartender, now bar owner, that's it. But actually, still my favorite part is every day to be behind the bar. You know, I don't sit in an office or anything, I work behind the bar. And I think it's same like chefs, you know, if you are a chef, you need to be in the kitchen. If you are a bartender, you need to be behind the bar. It's very important. And my best part of the job is to have a shift behind the bar, because we learn every day, and it's just getting more interesting and more funny that when you're making mistakes. And so, yeah, as soon as I leave the bar, I would just stop being a bartender. I would not try to, you know, to say, yes, I'm a bartender from this side. It is extremely important to be behind the bar and serve the guest. The guest experience, the experience video team, and making those drinks is it's literally crucial. It has to be, you know, it has to be. One cocktail, I always love a Martinez, which is actually a grandfather of Martini. It's more like a sweet version with a splash of maraschino and orange bitter. So always loved it, you know. If I switch gin for Geneva, love it. It's something between gin and whiskey. So a classic Martinez. That's my cocktail. No, why? It's in the bartender's world. Oh, no, I would not say that. And I think just because you do seminars or this, I think it's our job, especially now with the refreshment of COVID. It's good, because I think yeah, sometimes we travel and this, and you might get a bit of confused, you know. But we are still just working in a bar. Does not matter how famous you are in the bar world. There might be people who are 100 times more famous, sit on the table, they don't even know who you are. So to use the word star, no, I would not say that. I would always say I love my job, and if it comes across some other places, and I'm thankful to be lucky that somebody call you abroad or something like that. But to say star.